final race of 2020, round 9 of the Doug Design ARCA Series. Extreme Motorsports and 99.com takes to Charlotte Motorspeedway with only 2 races remaining, including tonight. Who will make the chase and who will come out victorious this evening? Welcome everybody again back to MaxSpeedTV after the week 13 break here. We are back in action for Extreme tonight. Myself, Joshua Medlock, alongside here this evening, Scott Ramler has joined me here this evening. We're going to end this ARCA series here with 2 in the booth here. Scott, glad you could come up here, call another race with me. You've been up here with me before, so you know how things are done. Scott, glad to have you, and what a race to do it, man. To end 2020, Charlotte, this track. If you don't know this track, get off of iRacing.
Yeah, I mean, considering it's one of the free tracks you get when you sign up with the subscription, I'd be surprised if anybody didn't know this racetrack. But one thing I can say is after this most recent patch, it seems like they've really loosened this place up. So we could be seeing quite a bit of action here tonight. Oh,
man. Well, the action is good, caution's bad. So we can go ahead and see the action. Let's not see the caution. We got a big field. This field is really stacking up out here tonight. 37 drivers here currently in the lobby. Now, that really all depends who starts, who doesn't, who says, no, I can't drive the car, blah, blah, blah. But right now, we got 37 that has joined the lobby here this evening. So that's a huge field for Charlotte. This is going to be, I believe, a race to make it or break it for you going into round 10, which won't happen until 2021.
That's absolutely right. And so far, there are only 2 guys that I could see that are secure in the points, so that they're going to make it into the championship rounds. But if you're one of those guys, anywhere from like 8th on back to 10th, you really got to start hammering in these consistent finishes. Otherwise, you very well could find yourself on the bubble or even out come the last 5 races of the season.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah, only the top 12 in the, after round 10, once everything's tallied, everything's done, only the top 12 in the points will make it to the chase. So before we get to those point standings, though, Scott, let's go ahead and take a look here at the track. Now, this is not normal here, I would say. I've never seen a race done at Charlotte in the morning time on iRacing. Now, it's not everywhere else, but in real life, but virtually it's a morning race. So you have those cool track temps of about 80 degrees. You have an air temp of 75. So it's not hot on the track at all. That is a good temp to race. But you're going to be pulling 120 laps here, and of course, as the morning progresses, yeah, that track is definitely going to heat up. 180 miles here tonight. Now, I know they get a total of 5 sets here, Scott. 120 laps, 5 sets might sound like a lot, but it's really not. I mean, you can go through 5 sets in probably 75, 80 laps if you're not careful.
Absolutely, you could. It's all going to come down to your tire management and how easy you're handling the car. But if we're looking at potential fuel numbers, if we're going 40 laps on a fuel tank, you could cut this down to a 2-stop race potentially. So yeah, we're going to be keeping an eye on that all night.
Oh, yeah, for sure, yeah. You're looking at that fuel window here at about 37 to 45 laps, somewhere in between there. I'm not sure. Plus or minus a few numbers. I don't know the exact number, and I don't care. 37 to 45 is what I have. That's what I'm going to go off of. So, yeah, if you can split it, great. But you're going to also be, wearing down your tires too. So, strategy, tires, fuel, you've really got to say, what do I need more at that present time? Pit road speed here at Charlotte, 45 miles per hour. And it is a handful, Scott. You know this very well. It is a handful on old tires, very little fuel to get on pit road and get it down to 45.
Absolutely. Getting it woed down on old tires, depending on how you hit that transition, you could bounce the front tires and swing wide of pit road and miss it completely. Or here you've got the challenge of they have the Jersey barriers lining the outside of pit road on the entry, which is a very questionable safety decision on NASCAR's part. But you really got to think about that when you come into pit road. You don't want to overshoot and hit those barriers or that tire wall. And you got to think 45 miles an hour down from probably 150, 160 mile an hour in the center of the corner. That's painfully slow, even for a mile and a half on pit road.
Oh yeah, painfully. That's like getting cut by a paper cut and then noticing it. Paper cuts are painful even though they happen so quick. So now comparing it to a paper cut here, even though that might be minor to some people, but yeah, that is dreadful. Now, pace speed here is 55 miles per hour. I believe they could probably push that up to 60, but I wouldn't go any higher than 60. But it is 55 here in iRacing and in real life. But we have got to get to these point standings here with a minute and a half left, or a minute 50 left to go here. Now, I do have stars by the top three here. Now, I done my math here today. I know that Clark Ganikin and James Shanewolf up a spot now into second. I believe they're locked in regardless of what happens tonight and the first race in 2021. But Clark Ganikin there with 316 points. He's just been on rails here this season for the ARCA series. I believe he will be moving up into maybe the trucks. He could be defending it next season too. We don't know. We'll have to wait and see on that during the offseason if he wins the championship. But we've still got the 5 races plus the regular season to go if he wins it. Right now, it's 316 in points for the regular season. He's locked into the chase, Scott. James Shanewolf as well, up a spot, 299, 17 back. Go ahead. You had something on Clark?
Absolutely. And those 4 wins in 5 top 5s that he's had throughout this entire season shows an absolute domination through the first part of this season. But come those last 5 races, everything gets reset.
Yes.
So
yes.
we could see him move on and then struggle those last 5 races. I hope that doesn't happen because he's shown some incredible ability coming through these first 10 races of the season. But you never know what could happen. Just have one bad race and it could throw off the rest of the championship for you.
Oh, yeah, for sure, yeah. And talking about the second driver here, now they're going to get into the qualifying here, but we got James Shanewolf moving up a spot here into second, 299 points, 17 behind Clark Ganikin. I still believe James is locked in mathematically. Lane Doyle probably also locked in mathematically there in third. He is down a spot, 295 points, 4 back. Cal Knapp Sr. there in second. Or in fourth, up 2 spots. I looked at the 2 and said second. My bad. Up 2 spots, 251 points, 44 points behind Lane Doyle. Pierce Maffitt there, down a spot in the fifth, 243 points, 8 back. Tyler Raw going to round out the top 6 here. -1, down a spot there, 233 points, 10 back. Ryan Swan going to stay right where he's at in 7. Now, he's setting pretty comfortably there at 222 points, 11 back, but still got 2 more races technically because we haven't started here tonight. Still got some work to do to keep his spot there in the top 12. In 7th, Sebastian Taylor up 3 spots into 8th, 216.6 back. You want to go ahead and round us out here? Top 17. Can you do that, or you want me to?
What number did you leave off on?
I left off on 8, so start with 9th and go through 9th through 15th because we have a tie. Go ahead.
All right, so sitting P9 in the championship points right now is Blair Patterson. Position 10, Ted Pullen. 11th is Justin Lemke. 12th is Alexander Brown. He is currently on the bubble for the championship standings. Position 13 goes to Sean Corcoran. 14th goes to Rick Christensen, and tied with him for 14th is Carter Coop.
All right, yeah, we see that tie back there in, 16th there between Rick and Carter. We got that tie. We got Sean Corcoran there in 15th. Only 6 points separates these drivers from Alexander Brown. So that's the top 12, Scott. Really, really close back here.
And I'm not really good at quick math, but if you go even from position 8 all the way down to almost 19th with Randy Kruder in the points, they're separated by less than 15 points on either side there. So it's a toss-up. If one person has a bad week, they could go from seemingly in the points to well outside of it very quickly.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah, I mean, it could happen in one race. You have got to be consistent. Well, they are in qualifying here. I know they've been qualifying, but we've got one more thing we got to do before we get to the drivers' meeting, and of course, down through the maybe interview the pole sitter. We got to play the national anthem, folks. Stay tuned. We will be right back.
Can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fights, oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red blast, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, Satan's that star-spangled banner, yeah, wave for the land unafraid, you're the home of the brave. Because we are the brave. Yes, we are the brave. We'll fight you in name, the name of the brave. We to say, stand of the brave, the U.S. of A. Oh, Satan's that star, spangled banner, yeah, wave for the land of the brave. In the home of the
Alrighty, folks, we're back live here on MaxSpeedTV. Now, our points leader here tonight, Clark Ganikin, unfortunately did not grab the pole here this evening. That is going to go to our other guy, Rick Christensen here this evening. And Rick, man, is on the outside looking in. And Rick's got a good start right here tonight, Scott. He's going to grab the bonus point there for qualifying on pole, because I believe you do get a bonus point for that.
The entire top 12 gets 1 bonus point.
Oh, okay, yeah, okay. So he don't get double. He just gets a bonus point.
Right.
Okay, all right. So the top 12 just get 1 bonus point. That's it. So usually it's the pole sitter gets a bonus point as well for grabbing the pole, but not with Extreme. So 1 bonus point going to Rick, all the way back to that number 67 of Alexander Brown. That's going to round out. That's the top 12 here. We didn't go through the full list, but 1 to 12, Alexander Brown is going to be the last driver to get into the last position for the bonus point there. And I did make a mistake here tonight. I do apologize. We didn't get to make our picks here this evening before qualifying. And usually I like to make those before qualifying. So I think starting tonight, we're going to go ahead and let it slide for this week. And go ahead and we'll go ahead and wait for qualifying to see who we're going to pick. So, Scott, do you have somebody in mind here?
Well, he's been putting up some good numbers over the past couple of weeks, and he's been in some really good positions. I'm thinking Blair the Daddy Patterson is going to snag him one tonight.
Oh, Blair.
So he'll be rolling off P7.
Not a bad pick at all. He's had some rough races, but he's also really had some good races too. So I think maybe tonight Blair could do it. Well, a little bit further back here, I'm going to kind of stay out of the top 12. I'm actually going to go with the number 5 of Eric Talent here. Just to see if maybe we can get an upset. Get somebody we haven't seen in a while up in the top spot. My pick tonight, the number 5 of Eric Talent, rolling off 14th. Of course, if you have your picks out there, throw them in chat. We'll try to read them off here. Thank you all for tuning in. Looks like we've got about 16 watching right now. A little low, but glad to see you all out there. I know we've got Kyle Knapp, Alan Hilton, double Allens out there. Not sure who is the real one or not. But glad to see both Allens out there. Bruce Amsden out there. Jacob Bell. We got Nolan Neiman. John Black out there in chat. Pierce M. Brendan Kennedy, my moderator, just kind of hanging out, doing his thing. Glad to see you out there, Brendan. But I think what we got to do is we got to bring up that pole sitter here. We got to bring up Rick Christensen. Being back into the back outside of the top 12 right now. He is on the bubble. We got to bring him up here. We got to see what's going through his mind with only 2 races left. So let me see if I can find him. There he is, down there in old prime time. Rick Christensen, got a copy.
Oh, I got you. That was good timing. I just got back.
All right. Well,
I won't tell you what I was doing.
Yeah, we won't go there. But we just use your imagination, folks.
I was
We'll keep it PG.
getting something to drink. I was getting something to drink.
Yeah, we'll go with that. All right, Rick. Well, you're going to grab the pole out here tonight. You're going to grab that bonus point, so that's going to kind of separate you from a Carter Coupe there with that tie that y'all had back there. And I believe that's going to be, let's see, 13, 12, 13, 14th here. So that's going to help. You're outside looking in to get into the chase. We got 2 races left, tonight and the first race of 2021. What do you have to do starting really tonight to get that lock-in going into the chase after round 10?
Pretty much like what anyone would do. I just need to finish. Obviously, I'd take a top 10 because there's so many good drivers in this class. So if I could get a top 10, I'd be happy. And just try and stay out of trouble.
Well, it is Charlotte. It is a racetrack everybody should know. If you don't know it, get off iRacing because it is actually given to you. So, talk about Charlotte. You know, how does the car feel out there? And what do you think is going to be the biggest strategy here for not only you, but maybe some of the other drivers out there?
They got a pretty good setup. They got a pretty good setup under the car, so we're running a little tighter setup. So I don't know what to really expect on a long run here. I think we could have some long runs here. So everyone just needs to be patient a little bit, get spread out, and hopefully we'll have a good race.
So mind the P's and Q's, basically.
Yeah, I mean, once we get spread out, you know, we can put on a good show. So I think if we can just be a little patient here, I'm not gonna try and run up front if I don't feel I can run up there, and just give and take, and hopefully we can get spread out and put on a good show.
All right. Well, Scott, anything you have for our pole setter here this evening?
I do not. Best of luck to you there, Rick.
Thanks, brother.
All right, let's go ahead and get Rick down here back into his team. Let's go ahead and get back here to the middle of the field. How about we pull up? Well, let's go in 2020 here with an interview with the man himself, Doug Blackman. You want to go and talk to not only a driver here for the ARCA series, but one of the the sponsor here for the ARCA series.
Absolutely.
All right, well, let's go ahead and drag him up here. Doug Blackman going to be joining us here, starting back in 22nd. But, Scott, go ahead, bud.
Doug Blackman, got a copy?
I got a copy.
Well, we're getting ready to wrap up the regular season here in the ARCA series presented by Doug Design. What are your thoughts on the last 2 races of the season here? How's it been going for you?
Well, the race before this one was excellent for me, but all the other ones weren't so well.
So we're looking to capitalize the last 2 races of the regular season.
Is that all we got? Is 2 races left?
This one would be round 9, and the next one's round 10. So 2 more races, counting this one.
Okay. All right. Well, I mean, all I can do is get what I can. Having some connection issues tonight, so I'm probably going to have to hang around the back of the pack until that clears up, so I don't create any problems for any of the other guys, just out of respect. But I'm not really going for anything special on here. We're just running for fun tonight because we're not anywhere in contingency to take any spots from anybody up higher up there. So we're just a back markers.
Now, with this most recent update, are you seeing any sort of hitches or any sort of like new quirks that this track has picked up in your time that you've been practicing here today?
Only thing I've noticed is that the tire model, I don't know if they updated it or not, but it seems like it's behaving a little different. Sometimes when you're in a spin, it just has that snapback attitude like it used to have, where if you corrected too much, next thing you know, you're going the opposite direction before you could correct. So that's the only thing I've noticed. It seems like it's gone back a few generations, but just because could be just because we haven't been on the track here lately, so I don't know if that's the case or not.
Well, Doug, we want to thank you personally for being the sponsor of this series, the Doug Design ARCA series presented by Extreme Motorsports 99. Really appreciate having you on board. And Josh, do you have anything for Mr. Blackman here?
All I got to say is, Doug, Charlotte, good luck. Everybody should know the track. If they don't, they need to get off iRacing. That's all I got to say, bud. Good luck, bud.
All right, appreciate it, man.
All right, well, we're coming out of 2 minutes. Let's go ahead and get back here to one more. How about we go with Devin Bacino here? I believe that is going to be down here in JBR, I believe. All right, Devin Bacino. Oh, he's laughing. All right, well, we're not going to go with what he's laughing about there. But, Devin, you're going to be not able to qualify here tonight. Going to be a standby here this evening. I believe this is your third race. So, looking good for you. But Charlotte here tonight with coming down to a minute and a half, bud. Talk about Charlotte here this evening.
Yeah, hope you're doing well, Josh. Definitely excited to get going here. It's gonna take some patience. You know, it's pretty narrow, just like most of the other mile and a halves. But it's gonna take a lot of patience. Wait for that rubber to come in. Like you said, we didn't qualify, but we're top 15 in practice. We're definitely gonna take it easy in the beginning, and hopefully we can be there at the end.
Well, do you think you have a top 10, top 15, maybe even a top 5, maybe even a win car here this evening?
You never know if I can pull off Chris Scala back at Texas, but it's going to come down to keeping the car clean at the end of the day. It's one of these tracks where it can get really hairy on restarts. The car's been pretty tight in the beginning of the run, but it starts to settle after about 10, 15. So if we keep the fenders clean, anything can happen. You know that, Josh.
Oh, yeah. You got to keep it clean for sure, Devin. Well, good luck out there tonight here this evening. Scott, anything for Devin here this evening?
No, sir. Best of luck out there. Keep it clean, man.
Yeah, appreciate it, guys. Have a good night out there, and thanks for doing this.
Yep. Good luck, Devin.
Thank you.
All right. Well, that is going to bring us to the end of the interviews here, but we get back up to the front here. Rick Christensen going to be on the pole here tonight. Jim Thorndike, James Thorndike, whatever you want to call him. I know him by Jim, so, or I know him by James, but it's Jim in iRacing. They're in second. Sebastian Taylor, they're in third. Well, that's all I'm going to do right now because we are coming down to the grid here this evening. The qualifying grid here tonight. Oh, man, this is going to be interesting. All right, let's wait here for iRacing to do its thing. There it goes. All right, the MaxSpeedTV starting grid here tonight. Rick Christensen grabbing the pole with a 32.28. Awesome job, Rick, up in that top spot. Jim Thorndike there in second on the outside of him. Sebastian Taylor third. Randy Kruger in fourth. Brendan L. Book fifth. Lane Doyle in sixth. Blair Daddy Patterson there in seventh. Clark Ganikin, our points leader, there in eighth. Patrick Moore ninth. And Pierce Baffett going to round out the top 10. Scott?
Starting in 11th, you'll have Tyler Raw. 12th, Alexander Brown. 13th, Jarrett Lipstruer. 14th, Eric Talent. 15th, Damian Crump. 16th, Edward Morris Sr. 17th, Kyle Knapp. 18th, Ted Pullen. 19th, Josiah Strouth. Strauss, and 20th, Jeff Glockner.
All right, Kirk out 20 are going to be 21st here. Doug Blackman 22nd. Cody Lipster, the brother there of Jarrett, there in 23rd. Kevin Franks 24th. Jerry Rigney 25th. Corskala subbing in here tonight for Ryan Branshaw. I know it says 111, but he's the car says 16, so just remember that. Corskala subbing in for Ryan here this evening 26th. Jeremy Knapp 27th. Robert Kinney 28th. Ryan Swan 29th. Raul Nardi there in 30th. Finish us out here, bud.
All right, starting 31st, we got Ron Schutte. 32nd, Matthew Robinson. 33rd, Justin Lemke. And our non-qualifiers in 34th, we have Dwayne Dunn. 35th, Devin Buccino. 36th, Stephen Dean. And at the tail end, we have James Shanewolf in 37th.
All right, there we go. All right, let's. That is the grid here. We're already rolling off, and it's going to be Rick Christensen. Well, I believe he is going to be in control here at the start of the race. Now, I think on the initial green flag, he has to wait for green, or am I wrong?
As soon as the pace car dives off the racing surface and is below the yellow, below the last racing stripe, the leader
okay,
can go.
So he can go at any time, even on the start of the race.
Yes.
All right, well, Rick Christensen. Okay, well, I was confused because it's different for different leagues that I do, so, you know. Rick Christensen in control. Gotta wait for the pace car down in the middle of 3 and 4. Pulls both tight. One more time. Pace car gonna dive off. There it goes. What's Rick gonna do? Oh, just wait. He's gonna be on the loud pedal, and the green flag flies. Guess what? Boogity, boogity, boogity. Racing it tonight at Charlotte.
And Rick's got to be careful. That almost looked like a lane change at the start. He could get penalized for that.
Oh, my, oh, that is one thing I did not pull up. Well, that's my fault. I did not pull that up. All right, well, we got it now. Let's go ahead and pull that up here. See what happens. Well, looks like single file already here for the top drivers up for the top row here. We get back here to, I believe, Patrick Moore is going to be there on that, in that number 10 there on the outside of the 41 of Pierce Maffitt. So we got some side-by-side going on back here. That's going to be around 9th, 10th, and we got some side-by-side, or had some side-by-side. Well, there we go. Oh, door-to-door, the fight. And I believe that was Jarrett Lipster there.
Yeah, getting really close here off early. Some of these guys need to tone down just a little bit. Hopefully they'll have something left at the end of the day. Don't want to get caught up in a wreck on lap 3.
They're pulling in about 30.5 second laps, 30 and a half, so to speak. So about a lap, almost really, Scott, 2 laps a minute. Not quite, but almost. Oh, here we go.
We got a caution.
Oh, it happened in toward the back. Jeremy Knapp. Well, let's go ahead and get a MaxSpeedTV replay on this. See what happened to Knapp.
Ooh, looks like he might have got some help from the 197.
Good.
Got into the left rear quarter panel, punted him up into the outside wall.
All right, well, we're going to be here on that number 20 machine. Down into, oh, man. Yep, right there, that right front and that left rear. Oh, these cars don't play, they don't play good. when it comes to the front and the back. So, that was a rough ride there for Jeremy Knapp. Looked like contact.
Yeah, at least on my screen, it doesn't look like Jeremy has too much damage. A little bit of damage to his left rear. I'm trying to get around to his nose to see if he has anything there.
Let's get a chase view here on Jeremy. Ooh, that left front though, he's got some damage. Left rear's got some. He is coming down pit road right now. Now we're not going to interview anybody here. Only 4 or 5 laps into this the start of the race. Not really for sure exactly if they know kind of what's going to happen out there, but take a look at Jeremy as he came down pit road and into his pit stall there. Well, I got to say, though, Scott, a huge field out here. And, Charlotte known for some 3 wide. Now, that wasn't 3 wide, but you do have braking points or letting off. You do have as a driver, different lines. So could that be maybe a line thing between them two on that lap?
Honestly, what I'm looking at is it looked like Jeremy was being really conservative with his entry and kind of backed the corner up and started to roll to the bottom to try and get down where the grip was, and the 197 just didn't expect him to slow up as much and to turn down quite as far as he did. So I believe, if I heard correctly, they're going to call that a racing incident. And I'd honestly have to agree. That's 2 drivers going for the same real estate and kind of just came together.
I think you heard wrong, because what I'm seeing here in the penalties here is lap number 4 at fault, and the 197 contact with the 20. The 197 will receive an EOL.
My apologies. I thought he had already announced it, and I missed it. That was my fault.
Open thine ears there, Scott.
Yeah, I'm kind of bad at that. They're massive, but they don't do much.
Well, we'll keep the mouth shut here. About that. Well, I don't know. I've never seen a race in the morning for Charlotte. I've always seen it, afternoon, late afternoon, or night. So this is a little bit different than what I'm used to seeing. Have you ever seen a race or been in a race morning at Charlotte?
Not at Charlotte, but I have worked a couple races as double headers at the Kentucky Speedway in real life. So if one of the events gets rained out, they'll run one in the morning or very close to just before noon, and one later in the evening. So that it could happen.
Well, this is morning, so before we get going here, I want to give a shout out here real quick to Russell LePage, Curtis Vollmer, Garrett Grant in the admin tower. Awesome job by them guys out there for what they do in the admin tower each week. Somebody coming in, doing what they do. Of course, Rick Donovan for putting on Extreme Motorsports here. To me, this is an awesome league. I love it. All the way from the Street Stock Series, although we haven't really done any broadcast on that. The 5 series that they have, Street Stocks all the way up to the Cup. I mean, this is amazing.
Yeah, the organization and the way everything is run here is very tidy. All the admins try to be as fair as possible and uphold the rules as they're written, and really makes for a great race as we're getting ready to go green here.
All right. Well, we'll go ahead and do it one more time. Pace car is going to dive off. Rick going to be in control once more. There he goes. Boogity boogity, folks. Racing here at Charlotte. And that is the last time I'm doing it here tonight.
Does that mean I have to start warming my voice up?
Yes, you do.
Well, they didn't get away quite as cleanly this time as they did last time. There's still a lot of side-by-side throughout the field. This looks like 1 through 10th have all gotten everything figured out. There's still quite a gaggle of cars toward the back.
All right, well, let's get back here. Oh, man. Really close there between the 99 of Jarrett. Look, not Jarrett is flying here. He is over the back bumper there, or was, of the 62 of Tyler Raw. That's back at around the 11th spot. He was right. Oh, man, really close there.
Oh, we got one up in the wall in 3. Looks like he's going to keep it straight.
Who was that? Josiah Strauss, maybe? I believe.
I believe so. Green black car.
Yep, that's it. Josiah Strauss for the number 1.
It sounded like he rode it halfway through the corner, so he lost quite a bit of ground there.
Yeah, he went all the way back to 25th. Let's take a look at that right front here. Let me find it. Right front, suspension. Gotta back it off. Turn the camera. He might have a little bit. It is straight there on the side, but not really seeing much anything that may affect the driving here. But then again, I'm not driving, so I don't know.
And we're starting to double up again here right around the 10th position.
All right, well, let's get back up here then. Oh, yeah, Lane Doyle, Blair Daddy Patterson. We call him the Daddy for a reason. Long-standing nickname. Almost good. And back to single file. Yeah, we were looking at that double file. Oh, here we go. We got some more side-by-side going.
And we got another car up in the wall.
Oh,
that wasn't Terry Lipster. Who was that?
Cody Lipster, maybe. The 96.
I believe that is correct. He got into the wall just on the entry of turn 1 that sucked him in. He's still stuck on the outside.
Side-by-side going on up here. Randy Kruder going to get passed up there in that 80 by the number 67 of Alexander Brown. So coming from 12th, or, well, he started in 12th. He's back in 15th, but going to make a position there. Oh, my Lord. Well, tires starting to come in here. Got that warm up.
And while we were distracted with the 2 wide and stuff going on further back, Clark Gennigan has taken the lead, and Brendan Book has followed him through up into 2nd place.
Oh, well, Clark Gennigan there, our points leader, started in 8th. Well, you see him now, folks. He's up front. Brendan Elwood, as Scott was saying there, followed him up into 2nd. Brendan L. Book is not even in the top 15. So where is Brendan setting in the points, Scott?
I'm not sure. I'll have to roll back and take a look here. He is currently 16th in points behind Carter Coop and Rick Christensen.
Oh.
And
outside looking in.
Yep, still very close. Like I said, those guys have a very small spread of points between them. He's really only behind his teammate Alexander Brown for that bubble position by about 6-7 points.
Well, if Brendan, yeah, I'm going to pick on Brendan here. If Brendan can grab, I would say, a top 10 here, this will put him in a pretty good spot going into round 10 in 2021. But we've still got a long way to go. I mean, we've got 101, 102 laps still yet. Oh, Clark blinking out. Ugh.
Yeah, still have a long way to go here, so we're still going to be looking for that tire strategy, how much you're going to be able to save, and see if that fuel strategy is going to come into play at some point tonight.
We got 30 watching out there currently. We got about 9 lives here. I think we can hit. Oh, let's go 25 likes here this evening. 25 likes is what we're going to be shooting for here tonight. Thank you all for tuning in. And we're still early. We still got over 100 to go, or right at 100 to go here as they cross the stripe. Clark up front, Brendan Elbook, Rick Christensen getting a little bit single file here, getting a little bit spread out, but it's looking more like a super speedway or a big speedway right now because you can get draft here at Charlotte. Charlotte does give draft.
That it does. It's not quite as important as some of the super speedways like Michigan or Auto Club, and it's definitely not like Talladega or Daytona, but it still plays a major role in how you can use your car throughout the run here.
Yeah, I think strategy needs to be, the big key, but of course, as we get later on into the run, tires are going to fall off, people are going to push back. We got a battle back here between the 62. Well, we had a battle between the 62 of Tyler Raw and Blair Daddy Patterson. Now we got a stack up right here. We're going to see 3 wide going in. No. 3 wide going into. Oh, I don't know. Here we go. We going to see it? No. Scott, I'm all about that 3 wide, man.
3 wide, let's take it even further. Let's go 4 wide. Have at it.
Really?
Oh, yeah. No fear, throw it in there.
I have a long week, right?
Oh, and we're here to mess up your voices. Another car up in the wall.
Let's see if I can find out who that is. I believe that might have been Patrick Moore in that number 10.
I believe you're correct. It looks like that turn 1 entry is really catching a lot of people off guard tonight, snagging up that right rear corner panel and sucking them in.
All right, well, that's back here at around 22nd. That's where he fell back to. We got double file going on. Jeff Glockner, Chris Scala, Devin Bettino. That's what I'm going to call him. Sorry, Devin. Kevin Franks. Man, the draft here. Yeah, these guys back here, if you can stay with a driver and make them burn tires off and you burn tires off, you're going to stay with the drivers. Now we see the 5 there, though, of Eric Talent going to the outside of Matthew Robinson, making a pass there through the tri-oval. Outside passing? Really?
Oh, it can absolutely be done here. Later as the tires start to wear off, that outside line, especially through 3 and 4, could very well come into play and put those left side tires right on that seam that you can see in the center of the track, and could help you carry a bit more momentum out of the corner.
Watching a stack up here with Blair Daddy Patterson, Tyler Raw. Oh, 2x2 going into 1, man. Thing right now, if anything was to happen, it would happen right here with this gaggle of vehicles. They're all together.
Yep, close proximity at high speed. Could very well be where the storm, the eye of the storm is sitting here tonight. A lot of these guys like to race really hard, so we're going to have to see if cooler heads will prevail.
All right, well, let's get back here a little bit further. It looks like we've got a couple of drivers here. Let's check on our sponsor, Doug Blackman, just hanging out, doing his thing back in 30th. He fell back from 22nd, but hey, like I said, we still got a long way to go. So Doug he could find his way up toward the front later on. Got Jeremy Knapp right behind him. Josiah Strauss, 32nd. Ted Poulin trying to pull himself up toward the front. But Ted, Doug, Jeremy, Josiah, you know, a lot of these drivers, they just ride. And I think the four that I mentioned, those are those drivers. You know, just hanging out, doing their thing.
Absolutely, and somebody that I think we ought to take a look at is Mr. Shane Wolf, gridding 37th, last on the grid. After a single caution, has worked his way all the way up to P11 and is fighting Kyle Knapp for P10.
Big mover for James here in that Northern Capital 83. Oh, this trioval, though. Oh, man. Coming out of 4 here at Charlotte is rough. You have got to be on point.
Absolutely. This track almost runs similar to what you would think is a road course, because you have the late apex 3 and 4 with how quick the transition is. If you're not paying attention, or if you miss your mark by just a little bit, it'll throw you into the outside wall. It is very tricky to get around this place.
Yeah, and if it throws you into the outside wall, you're in trouble. Oh. Well, we see here they're trying to get it figured out here, but they're stacked up still yet. Tyler Raw, Jim Thorndike, James Thorndike, right. They're still together. Oh, it looks like James is going to overtake that spot.
That he is, but all this squabbling has allowed the top 7 to really separate themselves. Clark Gennikin and Brendan Book have pretty much checked out from the rest of the field, but the other 5 behind them are all still there in a pretty good little pack of their own, just minding their own business and waiting to see how everything plays out. As Shane Wolf makes a huge dive into 3 underneath Thorndike. Wow, that was a ballsy move. And we got a caution, got 2 cars in the wall in 3 and 4.
Oh, well, let me see here if I can catch up to him. Dwayne Dunn, Jeff Glockner. Oof. All right, well, let's get here on Jeff Glockner. See kind of what happened. We see, I believe that's going to be Dwayne Dunn right up ahead of Jeff Glockner. So we'll go ahead and take a look here on the MaxSpeedTV replay. A good run, though, here. What was that? About 25 plus. Ooh. Yeah, I heard that ooh, and I'm seeing the ooh here.
And that was just over about 20 laps.
Okay, well, let's see it here. We got, right there, my phone's ringing. Shut up, phone.
Looks like it's going to be a very similar incident to our first caution of the race. The car in front checks up a little bit, and the car behind just gets a huge run and doesn't check up in time. Glockner just runs straight in the back of Dwayne Dunn and spins him around in 3 and 4.
Yeah, we're looking at it here. I've turned the chase view here, so we're looking at the contact there between the 24 and the 39. Yeah, right there.
Oh, it looks like Josiah Strauss got a bit of Jeff as he slid down the track.
Oh!
After the initial impact, he takes a huge hit into the driver's side. So I could see Josiah having some pretty good right front damage there.
All right, well, everybody is on pit road, and I would say this would be not a bad call. 36 laps, come down pit road. You're just shy of, maybe the pit stops, but it looks like not going to be the first one off. Maybe Clark Eakin is going to be the first one off of pit road. Raul Nardi, though, did stay out there, and he is currently 30 laps there. He's already pitted twice. He might have been a lap down.
He is currently showing on the lead lap, so he has stayed out.
Oh, okay.
This is a very interesting move. I couldn't see them having more than, well, if he's already pitted prior to this.
GT Hawkins, Marion out there, Thomas out in chat, Everett Grover out there in chat as well. Glad to have you all out there tuning in. All right, well, let's see here what the pace car does. No lights going off. Let's see. Your pick. Who do you want to interview right now?
Let's go with our big mover, Mr. Shane Wolf.
Shane Wolf. All right. Well, let's go ahead and grab him up here. There he is.
James Shane Wolf's got up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir. How are y'all?
Doing fantastic. Speaking of fantastic, you have moved yourself from last on the grid all the way at 37th to just outside the top 10. Spectacular drive so far. What do you think you got for the guys here in front of you?
I think we got a killer long run car. My short run speed's not where it needs to be. Still working on that, but I think we got something for him tonight. We still got a couple tricks up our sleeves here before the end of the race. If we get another long run, I think we'll be good.
And it seems like everybody is sort of trending to spread out there within a couple laps. So with you having a long run car, I could definitely see you moving up a lot further in this field. But it looks like we're getting ready to double up here this time, if I'm not mistaken. So we won't keep you too long. Josh, you got anything?
Well, James, we still got a ways to go, man. All I got to say is good luck, bud.
Thank you, sir.
Yep. All right, getting back down to Samson Motorsports there. Oh, my Lord. I don't think it's done here. My problem that I have here as a broadcaster is Raul Nardi. It's strategy for sure. But he stayed out with everybody behind him coming down pit road.
Having been in his position before, he wasn't really that, he was pretty deep in the field before this caution came out. So this could work out for him if everybody gets spread out and he can keep pace with some of these guys without getting run over by him. So this could be a pretty good strategy play if we get another quick caution here. He could end up on an alternate strategy that'll help him later on down the road.
True. Well, get us going with Raul up front.
All right. Rounding 3 and 4. Raul Nardi in the 72 on the inside as the control car. Has not taken tires. Stayed out on this last caution with 4 tires in the 18 and the 6 behind him. He is in control. He's on the loud pedal. Gets a good gap before he makes it off to into turn 1. We'll have to see how much those tires are going to make a difference once we get to turn 2 here. We'll really get to see the kind of differences that'll make as he slides up the track a little bit. And Genniken is already almost on his bumper at the exit of 2, looking to the inside in 3.
Yep. coming down on the back stretch. He can look into the inside, and Clark's he's gonna take it. Yeah, there he goes. He is gonna be back up front. Out of 3 and 4, out of 4 here, Clark back up front. Raul gonna fall back, and right now he is just under fire on that inside. If he can get down there on that inside, I think he would be okay. But right now, with everybody pitting, he is definitely in trouble out of 2 coming into 3.
That he absolutely is, as it looks like he's already fallen back to almost, I'd say, about 10th position already.
Yep, not 10th, yep. And he is still under fire. James Shane Wolf looks like getting passed up there by the 59 of Jim Thorndike. Yeah, the tires. You know, people don't realize how much tires play a factor. You're seeing it right now.
Oh, we got a big pile up in 3 and 4. Big pile up.
Here at Charlotte. And Ron Schutte, the first one I clicked on, was involved in this. Let's go back to Ron Schutte and see what transpired here on the track.
Ooh, looks like we're going to have some contact between the 80 and the 81.
Oh,
Jeremy Rigney had his nose below.
Okay.
Yep. Jeremy Rigney had his nose below the 80 of Randy Cruder and was kind of holding station, and Randy came down just enough to get tagged in the left rear, went around and caused a massive pileup.
All right, well, let's see here. Let's go ahead and get a close view here. Now, this is from my perspective, not the admin's. Let's go ahead and take a look at it here. It looks like, there could have been some contact there if everything would have continued going. But right here, what I'm seeing is maybe a little bit of net coding. But however, I'm not an admin, so we'll just go ahead and let the admins figure it out. But yeah, Randy Cruder there. Right. Oh, man, tough break for Randy. And the big pile up, as you was just talking about it there, several drivers going to involve the 81. It looks like the 34 going to get a piece of it as well. And
yeah, we got a bunch of them, the 80, the 81, the 43, the 14, the 34. And this is just a couple of them. There's got to be a couple more that I saw pile in.
All right, well, I just took a look at that. Now, caution 2. Scott, we didn't go with caution 2 here, but caution 2, lap 33, at fault was the 24. Contact with the 39, 24, EOL, 24 into the 39 into turn 1 or into the turn. Now, they called this one lap 41, just this caution. At fault the 80, contact with the 81. They called that net code.
Yeah, I could definitely see some pavement between the cars, so that's not a surprising call. And we were keeping an eye on Raul Nardi this time. He came down pit road this time, got himself 4 fresh rubbers, and back out onto the track. Puts himself on a little bit of an alternate strategy here.
Ugh.
But that's going to relegate him all the way back to 25th position.
Yep. I got him in 24th, but it hasn't updated for you. So, Ron Shaw out there in chat. Hello from the sidelines is what he's saying. So, Looks like the 81, though, is going to be falling back, or he might be going to the end of the longest line. That is going to be, that was the 81, wasn't it?
That is
Yes,
correct.
Jeremy Rigney. Okay, so he might have, Jeremy Rigney is one lap down. He just came off pit road, so maybe a pit road thing there. You know, if you hit that cone at a time of the pace car, you're going to get sent back. So that might have been the case for the 81 of Jeremy Rigney.
Yep, looks like he got filed back with all the other lap down cars. Still have currently 29 vehicles on the lead lap.
Ugh. Still got a ways to go. We're not even halfway. 60 laps is halfway. 8:37 Central, 9:37 Eastern. Clark Gannigan up front, Rick Christensen. Oh, look at this. Our pole sitter and our points leader up front. Scott, go ahead and get us going here, bud. Again. Sorry.
All right. The points leader, Clark Gannigan. Good Lord, I cannot talk today. Clark Gannigan on the inside will be the control car in the 18. Your pole sitter, Rick Christensen on the outside in second place. Seems to be holding the station pretty well for a race he said he was going to be taking it pretty chill with, just trying to get a top 10. Doing pretty well sitting up here in the top 2. Field is in Gannigan's hands. He is away. As well as the person in third was a 32, had a heck of a start behind him.
Doyle.
Well timed to restart by Lane Doyle, getting him out there with the 18.
A little bit of 3 wide there real quickly, but it went back to 2 wide at about a half a second. We're seeing the 44 here, though, of Damian Crump. Trying to make his presence known, and he has. Started 15th and now in 7th.
Yep, Damian halved his way up to the lead there. Up behind James Shanewolf, who continues his march through the field as he starts to get a look below the 27 of Sebastian Taylor. Not quite going to get that move done, but Damian Crump doing fantastic, looking to follow Shanewolf up through the field. Maybe it's just me, but Shanewolf seems to be hooking 3 and 4 incredibly well on that bottom side. Got below Sebastian Taylor and has asserted his position into turns 1 and 2, and Damian Crump's going to follow him right through that hole and should be clear into 3 for the 7th position, or 6th position.
All right, single file going on right now. 50 laps into the race here this evening. Now 60 laps, going to be halfway, back to the medlock. 60 and 60 is, of course, 120. So,
oh, the leader's in the wall. Clark Gannigan clipped the wall out of turn 4, and he is falling back quickly.
He has lost 6 spots. Oh, let's get a replay on that here on MaxSpeedTV. We are still green. Now keep an eye on the live, Scott, while I take a look here for the fans. Let's see what Clark did. Oh, it came out. It came out of 4 too high. He hit that apron, came out too high, and hit the wall. Oh!
Just sent it in a little too deep, got on that line, and that's a risk that you take here in Charlotte, because all that grip is down on that painted line that you can see. But if you take it just a little too far, you hit that apron, it'll throw you up toward the wall, like what I was talking about earlier.
Lane Doyle gonna lead his third lap. That time by, he's got company. He's got Buck. He's opening up the book here to the inside for the lead into 3.
And keep your eyes on the guy behind him. James Shanewolf, like we said before, started from the back of the field, has marched his way up to 3rd. Seemed to have capitalized on the chaos of the moment of the 18 getting around, or my apologies, 18 getting into the wall. Now he's sitting here watching these guys duke it out, saying, you know what? I'll sit back here. I'll save my tires, let you guys burn your stuff up. When you get single file, I'll take you side by side again.
And James, he's one of the drivers, of course, that is known for, riding behind drivers, while they're racing it up. I wouldn't count out James. Lane Doyle going to lead that lap, his 5th lap led. My apologies there, as now he's going to go side by side here with the 83. We got a battle up front here between our top 3. We got a battle back here for around that 11th spot. We've got Eric Talent in 11th coming to the inside of the 62, trying to crack the top 10, but really, I think right now, I know we got battles there, but if something was to happen up here with these drivers up in front, this could affect the whole field. So we got to keep an eye on this top 3, top 4, top 5 drivers right now.
And I'm watching the battle here between Book and Lane Doyle. Yeah. I believe Book should be able to clear him this time out of 4 if he keeps the car under him. Seems a little bit loose there on the bottom. Lane's going to get the run on the high side.
Brendan led his 2nd lap that time. So he led the last lap, and he's led this lap.
Lane is showing some amazing car control there, keeping his tires right on the seams on the outside. That's exactly where you want to. That's exactly where you want to be.
How is he doing that?
Honestly, when you're behind the wheel, officially there is no change in banking between the inside lane and the outside lane, but where that seam is, it seems like there's just a little bit of extra grip once the tires start to fall off, and if you can hit it just like Lane is, you can carry a lot of speed out of the corner. I think all it's going to take is for him to miss it just a little bit, and Brendan will have the line to himself.
All right, well, let's kind of go ahead and get, I think we need to go cockpit. Well, hang on. Looks like Brendan is going to overtake that going to the lead. Is going to have that force there up front, but I would not count out Lane Doyle at all. Let's go ahead and go cockpit here with the Lane on the backstretch here. Right behind that number 2. Now he's going to be on the high side. Looks like Damian Crump trying to their side by side. Looks like, yes, they are across the stripe. Down into 1. Still side by side. Dang near door to door. Cockpit here with the Lane back on the backstretch. Oh, I think Lane might have burned his stuff up here.
And that's a very good possibility. I'm looking for his teammate in the 18 who's still fighting to stay inside the top 5. He got to the inside of James Shanewolf. Looks like that right side damage might be hampering him just a little bit, which that's very lucky. Sometimes you get into that outside wall and it'll knock your top speed off anywhere between 4 and 5 miles an hour, which doesn't sound like much, but let me tell you, that little bit of speed down the backstretch will make driving feel like an eternity. Like the car just will not go.
Well, take a look at that. You said 18, Clark Ganika in here. Now I'm taking a look at that 18 here. I mean, I personally am not seeing any hardcore damage. Maybe he is trying to save something. I don't know. There might be a smudge of damage, but I don't think that would cause anything. Ugh.
Was looking up toward the lead. Damian Crump is all over the back of Brennan Book, looking to the inside in the turn one. Not going to be there.
Well, another shout out to Damian Crump, though, from 15th to 2nd. You know, that's racing.
And that's some of the most fun racing you can do, when you can go from deep in the field and work your way through with a clean car like Damian and even James Shanewolf has. It's really rewarding to be up here rubbing fenders with the leaders later in the race.
Yep, we are over the halfway mark. 64 laps of 120 here. Oh, we got somebody blinking out. Oh, Doug, no! We don't want to see Doug Blackman blinking out. Doug, oh, cannot stay on him. Well, behind or up in front of Doug is going to be Patrick Moore. Behind Doug is going to be Josiah Strauss, Randy Kruder, and Matthew Robinson. Now, I know Josiah has other drivers with him. I don't know the one that is Josiah. Looks like some lap cars got to get around Josiah there. So that might have been Jeremy Rigney in the 81 and the 54. Of Ted Poole. Oh, Doug, come on, man.
Oh, yeah, Doug's ping is almost 500 at the moment. Hopefully that gets stabilized out. Otherwise, he's going to drop from the session if it keeps going up.
Well, I'm back here with Lane Doyle, who has led 5 laps. He's dropped all the way back to 13th. Griscala subbing in here tonight for Ryan Branshaw. Yeah, I know. Driver bar says 111, but the car is the 16. I know Ryan is out there in chat here. Griscala currently running in 12th, started 26th here. Devin Bacino there. Or yeah, Bacino, I think.
It seems like there's a trend of some really big movers tonight. Like even going through the top 10, Damian Crump started 15th, James Shanewolf in 37th, Pierce Moffitt from 10th to 6th, Kyle Knapp from 17th to 7th. Have a lot of guys from even outside the top 20 that are looking inside the top 10 at the moment.
Well, Devin Bacino here, battling here. The 5 of Eric Talent started 35th, trying to crack the top 10. Ow, man, through this. Oh, golly, I hate the triangle here. Charlotte. Oh, I hate it. Yeah, it looks like he is going to be able to complete it there. Devin Pacino from 35th to 10th. Well, I know Devin is a standby. This is his third race as a standby. So, potentially, with the rules for Extreme, we could see him in 2021 as a hardcore driver, as a, what do they call that, Scott? Hang on, my dogs are barking. Hang on.
Okay. So the rule that Josh is talking about is potentially having someone stand in. Most of the drivers that are in the Street Stock Series or have never done the league before can apply as standby drivers, as long as they are within good standing of someone within the league, the admins, or have shown their worth in the Street Stock Series. They have the opportunity to race 4 races within the first 10 races of the season as a standby in the ARCA series. And he would have one more opportunity at the next race, and I cannot think of where we're racing when we... Yep, I cannot think of where we're racing come after Christmas break, but... that would be the last. Yep, that would be the last race that he could run as a standby, because standbys are not allowed to race when the chase begins.
I think Devin, though, I think this is his third here tonight.
And he does have 4 more, or sorry, not 4 more. He has 4 total that he can do, so he could race wherever we're at next time.
Okay,
for the life of me, I cannot remember
that
where
is
that
going to
is.
be. Well, that's going to be the Monster Mile. Round 10.
Ooh, Dover.
Yes.
That'll be an interesting race.
Yes. Now, but I believe after 3, if you come in as a standby 3 times in a row, I believe you become a charter driver.
I do not recall reading a rule that way.
Okay.
I know that somebody that, if there is a sudden loss in a team, somebody that at one point was a standby could potentially be moved into a charter position.
Okay.
However, I don't believe there is a rule stating that if they stand by 3 times in a row, they become a charter driver at that point.
Okay. Well, gonna have to get updated on the rules here, it looks like. But Devin, though, 35th to 10th. Oh, my Lord. Oh, looks like some pit stops here. Oh, we got a caution, too. Oh, Sebastian Taylor. I was just on him. All right, well, let's take a look here on the MaxSpeedTV replay. Now, was he coming down pit road?
It appears that he was. It looks like he tried to jump down to the apron a little too early, and the momentum carried him back up onto the track, and he hit that transition again, and it just sucked him right up into the lane of traffic, and he gets nailed by Jim Thorndike.
Oh, right there, the 168, the 16 barely escaped. And then right, oh, no. Heavy contact there between the 59 to 27. It looks like another driver going to get a piece there of Sebastian Taylor. That's going to be the 32. It looks like everybody else kind of making around. Good thing Sebastian, though, he locked the brakes down. He didn't move. He waited for everybody to get around. So it only looks like maybe 3 drivers, counting Sebastian, is going to be involved in this.
Which that's really lucky. That could have been absolutely terrible. A car slowing down to well below half of what race speed is, trying to get to pit road, and ended up back in the racing line. And it's like we said before, getting to pit road here, getting all the way down to that 45 mile an hour and trying to find the right spot to hit that transition. You got to add in the speed on top of that, because like we saw with Sebastian, just hit it a little too fast and it threw him right back up the racetrack.
Yeah, and we're going to get the official word here. Taking a look at it here. Lap 77. At fault. The 27. Contact with a 59-27. EOL drifted back up onto the track, trying to get to pit road. Not only are you going to have the trouble from the damage, but coming back up onto the track, but you're going to get the EOL. Well, you got more time to fix the car, but this hurts.
Absolutely, it does, and it's embarrassing when something like that happens. Hopefully, he can get that thing fixed up and see if he can rebound from that mistake. It's something that I've seen happen in the Cup Series all the way through, so it's not just a rookie mistake when that happens. Sometimes even the best guys can get caught out doing that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, I've seen leaders, dominate a race. It looks like Kevin Franks. He is going to be coming down pit road, not able to lead a lap, so that's going to give the lead back up to Brendan L. Book. Well, who do we pick on here since the pace car lights are not off?
Oh, let's see. We had a big mover.
Yeah, that would be
Who
James.
else could we pick on?
Maybe Pierce Maffitt starting in the top 10, maybe?
Yeah, let's go with Pierce.
Alright, well, let me see if I can find him. I believe he's in Prime. No, I'm wrong.
He's in GTM.
GTM, alright. Pierce Maffitt, got a copy.
Yes, I do.
Well, you're currently running in 7th here. Started 10th, so you gained the bonus point there for qualifying in the top 12. But Charlotte, a long green flag run, that was amazing, man. What's it going to take here? The final stint of the race here tonight.
Well, I'm not going to specifically aim for a win or anything. I'm just trying to lock myself into the chase. So as long as I get a top 10, I think I'll be good in that respect. But whoever saves tires the best is going to finish very well.
Well, you came in tonight 5th. I think a good solid run here will definitely lock you in. But going for the win would be, the best thing. But, hey, a solid finish definitely is a good point. Anything, Scott, for Pierce here tonight?
No, sir. Best of luck to you, man. Keep it up.
Thank you.
Good luck, Pierce.
Thank you.
A man of few words. Oh, man. Well, Brendan L. Book up front. Damian Crump there in 2nd. Everybody came. Oh, man, this is going to be interesting. Get us going, Scott.
All right. Now, we may not have talked about it that much with the last run, but Brendan Book had sent himself out to a lead. Can he do it again, or will Damian Crump bring the pressure back on like he did early in the run last time and potentially get that lead? Brendan Book in the 2 will be the control car on the inside. Damian Crump with an incredible run starting 15th will be on the outside. Brendan Book is in control. Brennan is gone. Gets a good 2-car length lead, and James Shanewolf is already all over the back of Damian Crump. Gets a little bit loose and holds on to it going through 1 and 2, and Brennan Book has just driven away. And especially early in these runs here, that clean air is not going to mean as much as it will here in about 10 laps or so. So you'll be able to see the 44 use that draft to suck right back up to the 2 and bring this whole angry pack with them. As it looks like Shanewolf is kind of fallen off, so it'll just be Crump and Christensen running down Book at the moment. It looks like Damian's leaving nothing on the table, saying screw it with saving tires. I want to lead a lap to the inside of Brennan Book. Brennan gets the run on the outside. As we got another caution. Yes, he is backwards on the front straight. And it looks like we got a bit of a mess going on back here. So this is going to start with the 91 and the 99, I believe. It'll be the 91 and the 96. Blair's got a run on the inside. Cody comes down, taps him just a little bit. And it almost looks like Netcode throws him up the hill. It was It looks like the 96 checks up for Chris Scala in the 111, and Blair goes for the hole on the inside. Cody comes back down to correct. There is a slight contact made, but then the contact system just over exaggerates and throws the rear of the 96 around, and he was on track to save it when he came down and made contact with the 39 and the 10. Oh, my apologies. Just had a bit of a coughing fit there. Yeah, the one of the rules of thumb that we tend to go by here is the car making the pass has to do so cleanly. So I could see where it would go that way.
All right, well, for everybody that didn't hear me because OBS was muted there, 86 at fault on that caution, or lap 86 at fault, 91, 96 contact with the 91. 91 will receive an EOL, 91 into the 96 into turn 3. So, stupid OBS. All right, well, let's see here. Man, I don't know. Lap 89 coming to lap 90 here. I think the lights will go off this time.
I believe you are correct. And something that I've been paying a bit of attention to here, we are now within a fuel stint of the finish.
All right, well, let's see.
So these
here.
guys should be good on fuel all the way to the end.
10, 10, 10, 10, 11. Yeah, anywhere between, well, now 1 to 11, basically. Well, Brendan L. Book up front here. Brandon on the outside of the top 16, top 15 here. I believe he's, I don't have the points up here, so. He is 16th.
He is 16th.
Yes.
About 6 points back from the cutoff point at position 12.
And after tonight, only one race remains. All righty. Brendan L. Book up front. Damian Crump. Gonna be on the outside or inside?
It looks like Brendan has elected to take the outside on the restart.
Yeah, he did. Yes.
Very interesting move.
Save tires, maybe?
I believe he might be working with his teammate there behind him in 4th. So we could see the 2 and the 12 get away pretty well here, the same way we saw the 32 and the 18 earlier.
Pace car is off. Here we go. He's going to be on the loud pedal. Brendan just in no time. He's gone.
And Kyle Knapp, just as I said, sitting in P4, has nearly cleared Damian Crump.
Oh, still side by side. Oh, good Lord. All right.
Looks like he'll have to settle for 3rd at the moment, though, and falls back in line behind the 44.
Gotta wait. Get back here to James Shane Wolf, Alexander Brown, Rick Christensen. Very tight. Between Rick and James, they're still going at it.
And James is throwing that thing in there. His confidence with what he can do with that car is very commendable. And it's a lot of fun to watch, too, when he throws it in dang near sideways to try and get under somebody. The only issue with doing that, though, is it stacks everybody up. So the top 3 have started to motor away, and Brendan Book has taken not so much a commanding lead just yet, but has taken control and is holding off Damian Crump at the moment. And we are nose to tail from about 4th on back to what looks like 17th or 18th. Have a little bit of side-by-side action.
All righty. Oh, man. Well, I don't think it's over with. I really don't. Now, you know, lap 100 is going to be 20 to go. Well, they take lap 100, come to 101. It's not over. We're still seeing the side-by-side. Damian Crump up front. Brendan Book to the inside. Oh, side throughout the field here. 2 by 2 by 2. 3 rows deep.
Now the question is, who's going to be the one to give up first? Brendan Book gets a fantastic run through 1 and 2, so puts Crump right back behind him. But these guys have got to start thinking about their tires. You don't want to fight somebody for so hard for so long that you have nothing left to defend later on. Or if you still need to move up through the field, you got to have something to fight that leader with.
It looks like single file right now throughout the top 12, 13. And we get back here to Devin Bacino. We got that side-by-side going on. Looks like Devin there in the 168 is going to take that position from Carter Coop. Oh.
These guys are really dicing back here.
Yes. Carter, Lane, Eric, Chris, all right here together.
And it's so funny, I keep seeing people go side by side, and the second I'm able to find out who it was, they're back single file again.
Yep. Well, Lane Doyle here, gonna go side by side. Now Lane is in the 32 on the outside of the, let's see who that was. Still side by side. Lane. That would be the 52 of Carter Coop. Get up here to Jarrett. Nah, well, I was gonna go up here, but yeah, like you said, they're back to single file. Well, 100 laps into the race here this evening. Next time by is gonna be 20 to go. We got side by side still going on here. Carter Coop losing a spot there to Chris Scala. Now going to be going side by side here with that number 5 of Eric Talent. But they're stacked up here. 20 to go. Crank it up here tonight on MaxSpeedTV.
Oh, and Eric Talent's going around in 2.
No
Caution. Oh, now there's going to be a caution. They're wrecking everywhere.
Oh, they're wrecking everywhere. All right. Well, I was going to crank it up here, but you know how that happens. All right. We got Randy Cruder in the mix here. We'll go back and take a look at it on MaxSpeedTV. I'm trying to crank it up, everybody. I'm trying.
Looks like it's going to be a similar situation to our other cautions. The 52's down on the inside line, holding his line. The 5 gets caught up behind the 111. It tries to close the door, and there's just enough overlap there to cause some contact.
Yep, right here. Yep. Let's go to Chase View here and take a look at this Carter Coupe here. The 5. Oh, yeah, definitely some contact there.
Clark Gennikin looks like he got a bit of that action. However, it looks like he might have been saved by netcode and phased through.
Well, it looks like everybody in the back, maybe coming down pit road from at about the let me see here, about the 11th, outside of the top 10, about the 11th spot, coming down pit road. It looks like we have the top 10 not coming down.
I'm not sure that I would have stayed out under this caution here. 20 laps to go. Those fresh tires are going to be
18 to go.
18 to go. Those fresh tires are going to be something to fight against. And we saw just how much even a short run makes a difference with Real Nardi when he stayed out. They were only about 20 laps into a run.
Yep. Raul Nardi. Oh man, I would not put it past Raul here. I didn't pick him, but I would not put anything past him for sure. You know, I think Raul he knows his stuff. So all right, well, let's get to chat here. We got Anna Marie Chambers saying, "Go Poulin." Dwight Braswell out there from the Braswell Cup. Glad to see you out there, Dwight. Drive for Diabetes Awareness. Brett Cool, Heather Cool, and Lacey Cool out there. Glad to see all 3 of you out there. Big shout out to DFDA for sponsoring the Street Stock Series on Sunday nights. Big shout out to all 3 of you. Of course, if you're not familiar with diabetes, please visit dfda.info for more information. Of course, check out Doug Blackman as well. Doug Design. Check him out on Facebook. The Real Doug Design on Facebook. He writes a car for Eric Caudell for the Real ARCA driver for NASCAR. So, the sponsor here tonight, Doug Blackman, Scott, I mean, this couldn't be done without Doug Design and Doug Blackman and company. It couldn't take place.
Absolutely. And to speak on Doug's character as well, he also goes above and beyond. He's put out license plates of the, I believe it was the top 3 championship finishers and the team champions as well. They get a license plate that's made by his company, and we'll send them out to each of the champions and the runner-ups, and does some absolutely fantastic work. So go check those guys out at Doug Design, and thank you to Doug and them for being our sponsor for tonight's ARCA race, or I should say the entire series.
Yeah. Doug Design, the ARCA series sponsor here, but I'm gonna go ahead and get him going here. We're gonna be coming to 15 to go this time. It looks like Brendan L. Book has yet again chosen that outside line here. We'll see what Brendan can do here this evening. with coming to 15 to go. The pace car will dive off. Brendan will be in control. Pace car is off. He's going to be on the loud pedal. Here we go, folks. Here tonight at Charlotte.
James Shanewolf again all over the back of the 44, looking for any way past that he can. Being super aggressive. Meanwhile, Brendan Book just drives away.
Under 20. Right now, it's go time. You have got to go right now. You've got to just burn it up and go. But, the 67 of Alexander Brown, though, he's fighting. He is fighting on that outside line.
And it's good to see Alex up there. He's been, he's had some really fast race cars over the past couple weeks and really hasn't had much to show for it. And he's fought his way up inside the top 5.
Yes. Did he burn up? We don't know. We get back here to Devin Bacino, Tyler Raw, Rick Christensen, Pierce Maffitt. Oh, we got battles back here. 13 to go. We're going to hit the line the next time by 12 to go.
Oh, who is this tearing up through the field? Is that the 62?
The 62.
Tyler Raw, new tires. Blowing past everybody. It's like I said, those new tires are going to be formidable. And he has just blown past at least 8 cars since that restart. He's all the way up to 4th. Yes. These guys aren't going to have a thing for him if he gets to their bumper.
Tyler Raw, 6 laps. Top 3 at about 30. Wow.
He goes around the outside of Kyle Knapp. Had a little bit of a spin. They're stacking up in 3.
Up back here. Another big one here at Charlotte. Sebastian Taylor involved. It looks like Chris Scala maybe got a piece of that here. Let's go back and take a look.
All right, what I'm seeing is this might start with Devin Bacino.
Ooh, what number?
168, and the 6 looks like he and the 6 come down just a little bit, get a little bit of contact going.
All right, we'll see the 168 coming down. Oh, right there. Yeah.
Yep, looks like that stacks everybody up, and those two get away clean while everybody wrecks behind them.
Yeah, we're going to see that here. The contact there between the 168 and the 6. Yep, they get around it, but everybody trying to figure out what's going on ahead of them, and then bam, the number 927 there. Let's get on the 27 here. That's going to be Sebastian Taylor, right? Well, he was right there. So let's go ahead and go cockpit here under this caution, even though he didn't go airborne, but we got to see it from his cockpit view. So we're seeing it here. We see the contact, and then right there, oh, don't know where everybody is going. Rewind it here under cockpit. We're going to go ahead and watch it. See the contact there. Yep, right there. Yep. All right, well, that is just from my perspective, but we'll check on what the admins call here this evening. Looks like lap 110 Looks like they're going to call that a racing incident. So the 27 with the 9 not going to be at fault with the 27, I believe.
Yeah, with that situation where you have a whole bunch going on, the two cars that initially made contact weren't the ones that actually wrecked. It was the guys that were stacking up behind them trying to keep from wrecking into those guys that were slowing up. So you really can't place any blame on anyone, especially when the guys that were initially involved keep it straight.
Oh, yeah. You know, admins, you have got to take a look at everything. You know, what happens in front, behind, mid. I cannot be an admin, Scott, and I'm going to kind of throw you under the bus here. You're an admin. You kind of know what really goes on up there. It's tough.
Oh, absolutely. And it can be absolute chaos. And I really have to hand it to Curtis and them with these guys that are just getting into iRacing, and some of them are actually learning how to drive with us. This used to be our feeder series up into the higher steps, so we would get a lot of cautions. The chaos that goes on up in that booth, even with 3 people watching outside and not actually racing with these guys, it's pretty insane to experience, and it's very hard to describe to someone just how busy you are in situations like that, especially when you have to make a call like this where it's very unclear what may have caused an incident.
Well, Eric, let's see here. The admins here tonight. Curtis Vollmer, the head admin for the ARCA series. We got Garrett Grant and Russell Page. I mean, 3 people taking a look at every angle they can. I mean, that's rough. Well, we're coming to 7 to go here, bud. Into 3. Oh, it's going to get extreme, but get us going yet again here tonight.
Extreme will be an understatement. The 2, the 44, the 12 are all on nearly 30-lap-old tires. The 62, pitted under the last caution, has fresh tires, nearly 20 laps newer. But does he have the time to get up past Brendan Book? Brendan's in control. He fires off, as does Kyle Knapp on the outside. Fantastic restart from all 3 of the guys on the top line. How are they going to file in 1 and 2?
Yeah, a big shout out to the top 4. Awesome job. Well, here we go. 7 to go here tonight on MaxSpeedTV for the Doug Design ARCA series for Extreme Motorsports in 99.
Oh, Kyle and them sent it in.
It's into the wall. Oh.
Pierce Moffitt getting the tough end of the stick there. Gets pushed into the wall by the 44. That leaves Tyler Rawl nearly wide open with the front 2.
Yeah, Tyler Rawl there. Now in 3rd. Outside of the top 10, but in 3rd right now. Qualified in 11th. Looking now to the inside of Kyle Knapp. In 2 wide. It looks like he's going to take it.
All right,
go. Oh my gosh.
This is going to be an absolute nail biter. If the caution comes out now, we go to green-white checkered status, and Tyler Rawl is going to have to try and find a way past Brennan Book. But if we stay green, those new tires are going to be an absolute godsend. He is closing so much faster than everyone else. And look at that. He just took out nearly 3/10 in one corner. He's going to be right on the back of Book going into turn 3. Takes it to the inside. Book with a block.
Scott. He's blocking. Under 10. Blocking can't happen.
We got a big wreck behind.
Who had it?
I believe Tyler Raw has
got
just
it.
taken. Tyler Raw has just taken the lead when that caution came out.
Well, let's take a look here at the caution. I believe Ryan Swan, as you were saying it, might have been involved here. This is going to set up the one and only GWC.
Oh, looks like it's going to be contact between the 52 and the 44 to bring this caution out.
Oh, 52 and the 44.
Yeah,
All
the
right.
44, the 52, and the 72 were all incredibly tight going into 3.
All right.
I'm not sure how this will get called because the 72 nudges the 52. The 52 rolls forward and just barely taps the 44 in the right rear.
Oh, that is close. Well, chase view maybe. Take a look at it here on the chase view. We'll rewind it here. Get a chase view here of the 52. Kind of see what happened here. It looks like on my Oh, that was weird. It was the left rear, the left front on the right rear instead of the right. Ugh.
Yep, that's just how little contact it takes to get these ARCA cars sideways. Those noses are shaped like a wedge, and they can just pick the rear tires up off the ground, so it just takes a little bit of a nudge, and the car you're touching has absolutely zero contact patch with the ground and will spin just that easily.
All right, GWC 1 of 1 here. Scott, you're an admin. That's all they get. I mean, we got to end it here either under caution or under the GWC. So, what can happen here at Charlotte?
Just about anything could happen. These guys could make it all the way to the checkered flag, or they could pile up on the restart. Who knows what could happen? But all I know is it the man that is loving where he is sitting right now is Tyler Raw in that 62 car for ECM.
Yep.
An absolutely brilliant strategy play to get new rubber on that car.
And Lane Doyle. I mean, he's about 17 laps here. He's sitting third. So, Tyler, Lane, Brendan in the middle? Oh,
And you know what? I will say, whoever made that strategy call for ECM, well done. I am 100% sure that this decision just won them this race and very well could lead to a 1-2 finish for them.
All right. Well, I am still working on the mic cutout. Jeremy Rigney out there in chat saying my mic's cut out quite a bit here. I'm still working on this RTX audio thing for OBS. I do apologize, but I gotta say, Scott, this has been a good race. We're gonna go ahead and here take a look at the cautions. Yeah, we've had 8 cautions. We're under the GWC. Could we have 9? Yes, we could. But 34 laps, 3 laps to go, 6 lead changes. I mean, still a dang good race here this evening.
Absolutely. The action throughout the field has been fantastic. There's been a lot of respectful racing going on. There have been quite a few incidents, but that's stuff that can be ironed out later. The show that these guys have been putting on has been fantastic. The strategy plays have been on point, and hopefully we get to go green to see these guys culminate all that action into a fantastic finish.
Oh, yeah, for sure. 3, go to 3 here. Leader has to take the white flag before a caution. If he does, whatever happens, happens after that. If he doesn't, and a caution comes out, that is the ball game. That is the race. Tyler Raw in the 62. Up front, pace car is off. What is he going to do? He's going to jump it. Here we go. In control. Tyler front. Pass. Brendan L. But not able to get around Lane Doyle. Out of turn number 2. Take it over for the white flag.
Tyler Raw and Lane Doyle, both ECM cars, fell back a bit with the tire strategy, and it has paid off huge dividends, passing the 2 and 3 GTM cars that they had to fight with, and they are going to drive off into the sunset here. White flag is out, and they're going to have to decide it between themselves. Is Lane Doyle looking to the inside, side by side, down the back straight, teammates fighting for the lead.
I'm going to
Lane
yell.
Doyle with the preferred line on new tires. Hugs the bottom. Tyler Raw sticking to the outside. Could have the run coming to this finish. How's it going to come? Get on his door. Get on his door. Lane Doyle with the win at the dying lap.
Let's take a look at it here. On the replay, I got NATVO, but we have got to take a look at the finish here. Let's get on a chase view. We'll turn the camera. We'll back it off. We will see here what happens between teammates here. Side by side, like Doyle and the 62. Right. Oh, man. I believe the 32. You are correct. Yes. Lane Doyle is going to grab the win here. What a
by
finish.
8 thousandths of a second. That's .008 over Tyler Raw. However, there is some dispute going on in the game chat at the moment, claiming a lane change by the 62 on the final restart.
Well, I don't do the official. I only do unofficial. So it's Lane, Tyler, Brendan up here for staging. So we'll get to that in 2021.
Sounds good to me.
So, alrighty, folks, we're going to step away here and get the top 3 up here that I have. And we will go from there. You will have to wait and to figure out what happened. So stay tuned, folks. We will be right back. Alrighty, folks, we're back here on MaxSpeedTV. We have, of course, started or grabbed or whatever whatever you want to talk about it here with our top three. We're going to start here with Brendan L. Book here in third, and I believe Scott has ran his butt down there to the racetrack and is caught up with Brendan L. Book. Scott, go ahead, bud.
Well, he may have been a bit off the pace for the winners on older tires, but let me tell you, he's still hard to catch. Brendan Book, you got a copy.
Yeah, I gotcha.
So tell me, man, what was the strategy? What was your strategy feeling like on those older tires there when it stayed green a little bit longer than you guys might have anticipated? What was your guys' plan?
Yeah, I think just the that strategy there was based on previous races this season and last season that, typically late in the race there seems to be, cautions, precautions, and there's not that many flag laps. And I've experienced that myself with not being able to win races, but not be able to have time to pass. And so I didn't want to get bit that way again, like at Pocono and some other random tracks. But I mean, I'm happy with a third. That's actually going to be a second. So I know I had the best car. I don't care what anybody else says. I think I've shown that at every mile and a half we've gone to, led the most laps. I typically have been one of the best on the long run. So I'm overall happy. No mistakes by myself. No bad calls my way. No unfortunate, circumstances or being caught up in other people's wrecks or just anything like that. I mean, overall, good day. I'm glad to bring this thing home in the top 5, get some valuable points for the chase. Thanks to my teammates and team owners, not team owner, I mean, but team and like crew chief spotters and team owner, I guess, at GTM. It's a great team that we got work together and some strategy. I like the call still, even though it didn't work out. Just how it goes sometimes, but glad the way that it went.
Well, you might not be walking away with the trophy tonight, but what is definitely going to sweeten that blow just a little bit more is you were only about 7 points out of the cutoff for being inside the top 12 in points tonight. I would say it's a pretty safe bet that you've either cut that well in half, if not, have bumped yourself into the chase with this finish tonight.
Oh yeah, for sure. I definitely think I'm up there now. Just I think I don't know if I might cut out there. Thing the blue dot went away, but I really think that I'm going to be well in there and going into Dover next week. A track I've never raced out in the ARCA car. I've done it in the truck, in the Cup car, and Xfinity car. So that's going to be new, but I think
It's
it's
not
going to
be
be fun.
next week. It's going to be
Yeah,
2021.
3 weeks. Yeah, 3 weeks from now.
2021.
Yeah, hopefully it's gonna be a fun race. Like my goal is a top 10, top 5. Just show that speed and get to the chase and carry that momentum. I think like last season, I didn't win a race, in the regular season, but then in the playoffs, I really shown who really had the consistency and the speed. And I'm looking to do the same thing and really put some. I can't think of the word I'm looking for, but put some dampers on what some people think that they're going to do in the playoffs. Really going to try to disappoint people as far as them thinking that they're gonna it's gonna be easy.
Well, planning to play the spoiler is the best way I can think to go into the race in the next 3 weeks. You've already thanked a lot of your teammates, but let us know who gets it done for you here tonight.
Well, I just like I said, just the teammates. Practicing, especially with Kyle and Knapp. We practiced quite a bit together, doing like long runs and stuff. So it's good to practice with him, and then just like the help from William Hartman and GT Hawkins, and then also just being having fun out there. So and thanks to the sponsors, Buck Kicker and R&B Custom Rigs. So it's all coming together. I hope.
All right, Josh, you have anything for our third place finisher tonight?
Well, Brendan.
Third or second?
Oh man, it's Charlotte. We're gonna have 2 weeks off, so we got a break. We come back to Dover for the first race of 2021. I mean, that's the final race for the regular season. What's going through your mind, really? That's what I want to know.
I mean, just a good finish. I like coming in this race. I wasn't too feeling pressure or anything to have a good performance because I know that I can do it. It's just, get rid of those little kinks that seem to have been throwing me off this season. But like I said, I know I've been fast. I know I'm a top 2 driver, if not the best driver. I don't think there's any reason to show that I'm not. So, and I think last year also shows it as well. So, what matters is the playoffs. And once I make it, I think that's when I turn the switch, flip the switch to, beast mode.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Well, any other final thought shout outs you want to give?
Just thanks to Volmer and Russ and Garrett, I think, filled in for admins. Thanks to them.
Yep.
And then thanks to you guys up here, putting on the show.
Alrighty. Well, we will see you in 2 weeks.
3 weeks.
2021. Well, whatever. 3 weeks, 2 weeks, whatever. We'll see you in 2021 at the Monster Mile for round 10.
Yep. See you.
Yep. All right. Well, that is going to bring us here to our second place finisher here tonight. Tyler Raw here this evening. And that GTR 62 machine, Tyler. Charlotte, if you don't know Charlotte, get off of iRacing. That's what I say. That's my opinion because it's given to you. So, talk about your race here this evening.
Well, first of all, I feel like a fool with this whole change in lanes in the start of the race, but we'll get to that in a minute. Yeah, honestly, I did not feel good the entire race. I could not get 3 and 4 down. I got 3 and 4 down like the last quarter of the race. It started to come to me a little bit, but man, we had a great strategy and it worked out flawlessly, unofficially. But I went and made a boneheaded mistake, and looks like we're gonna just finish one car in the top 3 for ECM.
Well, it is Charlotte. Now, it is the last race of 2020. We go into 2021. We start the year with the Monster Mile, Dover. What's your thoughts starting, a race, round 10, the final race of the regular season with that track?
I'll start off with a bang. Hopefully 2021 will be a better year for everybody.
I hope.
But I'm excited, man. I'm excited. I got some work to do now because this would have locked me in the chase for sure. I'll have to see where things fall once they do the points, but I got some work to make up here.
All righty, buddy. Well, congratulations. Second, unofficially, because that's what I go with. Scott, anything for Tyler before we send him off?
Tyler, I got to say, man, regardless of what comes out here at the end, you and your team made a fantastic call, and you drove your heart out there at the end. I am incredibly impressed. Fantastically done. Hold your head high for what you were able to do tonight, and let that mistake just kind of go by the wayside and come out there and dominate next week or 3 weeks from now, wherever we're at Dover.
Yeah, I appreciate that, Scott. Yeah, no, it feels good. And then I wasn't even thinking about the switching lane things. Other than this league, I don't think about that. And official races don't worry about it, but it is what it is. I'll try not to beat myself up too much, but I just want to thank all the guys at ECM. Like you said, we had such a good strategy and it worked out to a T. Unfortunately, a couple of our guys, got caught up in some stuff, but what are you going to do? Thank GTR Simulators, again, ECM, Darren, for hooking us up with the strategy, but we'll come back in a couple weeks and hopefully get another one too.
All righty, Tyler. Well, any other final thoughts, shout-outs, thanks you want to give for your unofficial second place, pinning any admin stuff? Go ahead.
Like I said, I just want to thank all the guys at ECM. It's been great being here. I learned a lot with these guys, running with the guys who are a lot faster. You learn a lot of stuff. Can't thank them enough for bringing me on board and continue to enjoy my time here with them. Other than that, I'm pretty much done for the night. I'm going to go beat myself up a little bit and then move on.
All righty. Well, Tyler, Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. we'll see you in 2021, bud.
I appreciate it. Same to you as well. Thanks.
All right, well, that is going to bring us to our winner here tonight, Lane Doyle. And Scott, I'm gonna punch myself here, and I think you might too, because Lane Doyle, he played it right, and we didn't pick him. So you go ahead and do the interviews. But I'm going to go ahead and give myself a black eye. Go ahead.
Gosh, throw me under the bus and then have me talk to the man. But the man of the hour in one of the most impressive last lap passes I think I've seen in Extreme, Lane Doyle, hell of a job tonight, man. Fantastic race. Talk us through that that last bit of strategy there, what you were thinking when they had you pit.
Well, with 20 to go, we knew that our tires probably had some wear and tear to them, and we figured that if the top 10 stayed out, we would go in and get some fresh tires, because tires at Charlotte have always been a big deal. You're always about 10, 20 miles an hour quicker through the corners with them. And so we did, and at first, Tyler just got to third and quick, and I got stuck behind, and I was having to just fight my way through it. Every single spot took a lap or so. And then off that final restart, maybe not final, second to final restart, I got to that high side and just 3, 4, maybe not that many, but a lot of cars per lap. I was just blazing by them. And then that final restart, Tyler managed to get on the outside of Book to get the lead going into that restart. And man, he started well. We counted down, got going, and he left the bottom open. And he's a teammate, so I was very cautious, should I do that? And he did it again in the next corner. I was like, screw it, I might as well. And I just gunned it in there.
Now, I will say that if you go back to watch this race on MaxSpeedTV, you will probably go deaf, because Josh and I were losing it when you guys came down the backstretch on the white flag. We were not expecting you to pull.
Scott.
Oh my God.
Well,
you pulled down beside him and we lost it, man.
Right before I sent it in on Tyler there, I screamed. I was like, look, I'm going to do this for TV. And I just cut low, and it was on from there.
Well, let me tell you, it was a fantastic decision. It put on one heck of a show, man.
Well,
congratulations. Who have you got to thank, and what sponsors have you got, bud?
I got to thank Suncoast. They've been with me for a season and a half now, and I've finally been able to take them to victory lane. It's been a while since any league that I've put a car in victory lane, so I'm very excited to be able to do it. GTR, I want to thank them as well. Great sponsor to have as a team. I want to thank Darren a lot. He's the one that called that tire strategy. I want to thank Clark because he makes the races. Well, actually, I want to thank all of ECM that's in the call with us, because they make the races entertaining when they're quite boring sometimes. So that commentary there is always amazing. I want to thank y'all, of course, for putting on these races. And I'm really excited to go back and watch now that you brought up the fact that I might go deaf. I'm excited for that. And of course, I want to thank everyone that's sitting down in my living room right now that sit here and watch me do this. So yeah, thank you to everyone.
All right. And before we let you go, Josh, have you got anything for our winner tonight?
Well, Elaine, we didn't pick you. So,
you know what? I didn't pick myself. I was not happy with this track at first, but fresh tires can do a thing or two. So,
well, it is Charlotte. So
it is in fact Charlotte.
Yeah. Well, we go tomorrow night. Are we going to see you tomorrow night for the trucks at Charlotte?
Well, I don't have anything tomorrow that could get in my way. So as long as there's a spot, you should see Bob Ross on the track, which, by the way, you almost did tonight, because I was having issues trading paints. And I almost had a Bob Ross car with no contingencies or no number on track tonight. But
well, I got you in a coming to take it paint GTR.
Yes,
yeah,
we managed to fix it an hour beforehand. Thanks to Darren, told me it was just a click of a button. It was just one click of a button to fix an issue I've been having for 4 weeks now. So that was always fun. But you know what? We got this new paint scheme, and I'm glad that the first time in this paint scheme with this number, I was able to bring it home for a victory, and a fun one at that.
I'm going to go ahead and call it Lane. Awesome job out here tonight, man. Want to get at Charlotte here this evening, bud? Rough race. I think you're
Very.
locked in regardless. I mean, this right here is going to definitely get you locked into the chase. So I don't think you yourself have to worry about 2021 at Dover because the points reset. So I think whatever happens at Dover happens, but good luck at Dover in 2021.
What happens at Dover is going to stay at Dover.
No, that's Las Vegas.
Oh, Las Vegas. That's the last race of the. Is that the? I don't know what the schedule is anymore.
well,
so whatever happens at the last race of the regular season stays the regular season
it's
finish.
Dover next when we come back in 2021. But Las Vegas has been changed. We'll get to that here in a moment. But good luck, bud.
Thank you. And
Yep.
thank y'all for once again for broadcasting. Y'all make it a lot of fun to watch.
Yep. Congratulations, bud. All right. Well, go ahead and pull him into the lobby. But before we get to the unofficial results, well, let's go ahead and get into the change for the chase. Now, North Wilkesboro, which was supposed to be in the chase, has been changed to, as he said, Las Vegas, Scott. So, Sin City taking place of North Wilkesboro.
Now, me personally, I'm not a fan of 1.5 mile tracks, but I can completely understand this choice. So, replacing North Wilkesboro with Las Vegas is definitely going to make for a very interesting chase. Starting out at Homestead, going to Watkins Glen, then Vegas, Indianapolis, and then finishing out at ISM or Phoenix Raceway, as it's now been remonikered for like the 5th time.
All right, well, let's get here to the unofficial results, pending the admin stuff they have here tonight. But it's going to be Lane Doyle there, grabbing the win here tonight at Charlotte.
By 8 thousandths of a second.
Yeah. Side by side, with Tyler Raw there. Oh, man, that was close for sure. Oh, man, it could have been a bumper hook, and Tyler probably would have took it, but, there could have been other things going on. But, oh, man, awesome job by the top two, side by side. Brendan L. Book there in third, Cal Knapp fourth, Alexander Brown fifth, Rail Nardi in sixth. It looks like we got Devin Bacino there in seventh, Coda Lipster in eighth, James Shane Wolf ninth, Rick Christensen gonna round out the top 10. Scott!
P11 will be Patrick Moore, 12th will be Josiah Strauss, 13th will be Kevin Franks, 14th Blair Patterson, 15th Justin Lemke, 16th Pierce Maffett after that unfortunate brush with the wall, fighting there for the top 5, 17th Carter Coop, 18th Clark Genniken, 19th Ryan Swan, and 20th Jarrett Lipsterer.
All right, Sebastian Taylor 21st, Jeremy Knapp 22nd, Matthew Robinson 23rd, Damian Crump 24th, Edward Moore Sr. 25th. A nice top 25 there for Edward Morris Sr. Chris Scala subbing in here tonight there for Ryan Branchaw. Going to finish 26th. James Thorndike there 27th. Ted Pullen there unable to pull himself up into the top 15, top 20. Going to finish 28th. Robert Kenny 29th. Randy Kruger 30th. Finish this out, bud.
All right, 31st, we got Eric Talent. 32nd, Jeremy Rigney. 33rd, Dwayne Dunn. 34th, Doug Blackman. 35th, Ron Schutte. 36th, Jeff Glockner. And 37th, Stephen Dean.
All righty, folks. Well, that's going to do it here for MaxSpeedTV here tonight for the Doug Design ARCA Series, Round 9. Of course, before Christmas and New Year's break. We won't see you all again for the ARCA Series until 2021 at Dover. But big shout out to all of the sponsors and the help as well. Doug Blackman, Doug Design out there. Big shout out to you. Man, thank you for sponsoring the ARCA Series. A big shout out to you, Rick Donathan out there, for putting on an awesome league. The admins here tonight, a big shout out to all of you. Russell Page, Curtis Vollmer, Garrett Grant coming up there and subbing in here. And of course, Scott Ramler, man, thank you. You know, the co-commentator, man, we gotta thank the co-commentator as always. Thank you, Scott.
Man, I consider it an honor to be up here and talk with you during these races and put on such a great show, especially when the product is as good as it was tonight.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Well, we're going to get to it again here at the Charlotte Oval, not Roval, Capital Truck Series here on Max Speed TV, 8:30 Eastern, 7:30 Central. You don't want to miss it either. Oh, it's going to be, I think, an awesome race. But until tomorrow night, folks, stay safe and have a good night.